guys, welcome to a special Halloween edition of the Bonneville cocktail collection. Now this time last year, when we were still allowed out of the house, we were invited to the Close-Up Cinema in East London by Glenrose Whiskey to celebrate the launch of their 13-year-old single malt. It was a night of deadly drams, cinema and fortune telling. But don't worry, this edition isn't quite as scary as our last Halloween video. It's perfectly safe to watch this one with the lights off. So here's 4 spooky Scotch cocktails for All Hallows Eve. The Glenrose event was actually held in a cinema where they had a screening of Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds. So I'm guessing that's why they picked this first drink, which is called The Crow. And incidentally, our little crow friend over there is a prop from Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds. So it's a shake and drink, and we're going to start with our first ingredient, which is 25 ml of lemon juice. Then we're going to go 15 ml of grenadine. Then we need 60 ml of 10-year-old Scotch. I'm just going to shake that. And we're going to fine strain that into our frozen coupe. And we're going to finish that with a lemon twist. And that is The Crow. Alright guys, next up is a classic whiskey drink that always gets rolled out around Halloween, and that is the Blood and Sand. And we're going to start with our first ingredients, which is cherry brandy, or cherry herring if you have it. But we're just using a cherry brandy liqueur. We're going to go 20 ml, 20 ml of sweet vermouth, 20 ml of freshly squeezed orange juice, and then 25 of our 10-year-old Scotch. Shake that up. We're going to serve this in a frozen Nick and Nora. You can double strain this if you like, but I quite like my Blood and Sands with that bit of orange bits. And then we're gonna just have a bit of orange zest over the top of that. You can just do a little coin. We're gonna discard this so it doesn't need to look pretty. And then finally, maraschino cherry. Just pop that in. That's the Blood and Sand. Alright guys, next up we have a drink called the Scorched Scotsman. This is another shake and drink, and we're going to start with our first ingredient, which is 75 ml of pressed apple juice. $50 ml of our 10-year-old Scotch. Then we want half a spoon of activated charcoal. And we're going to shake those ingredients. Quick shake because we're serving this one over ice. So we'll strain this into a chilled highball. Chop that with ice. And we'll finish off with some ginger ale. Just going to garnish that with a apple fan and a cherry. And that is a Scorched Scotsman. Alright guys, last but not least, we've got a riff on an old fashioned, and this is an old fashioned GUISER. We're going to build this straight in the glass. Start with a bit of ice. We have got 5 ml of maple syrup, 10 ml of tawny port, 50 ml of our 10-year-old Scotch, 30 3 dashes of Angostura bitters. Give that a stir. Smells fantastic. Right, we're going to garnish that with big orange zest. And a slightly burnt thyme leaves. And that is an old-fashioned GUISER. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed that. If you've got any of your own spooky libations you'd like to share with us this Halloween, let us know down in the comments. As always, don't forget to like, subscribe and share.
And I'll see you later.
Alright guys, so the first drink is called The Crow, and incidentally the Alright guys, next we have a drink called the SCOTSMAN, and this is Scots. Alright guys, the first drink we're going to make for you is called The Crow, and incidentally the Glenrose event was at a cinema where they suck you later. Alright guys, next up we have a drink called the Scorched Scotch. And I'll see you later. To my voice.